Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Who's that?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. Today we have some company while we code. Um, hey, Totsi. Welcome. Um, we yeah, we thought we might do some remote office buddying ourselves. And so if you enjoy rambling and people working in the background and code, then
Mhm.
this is a place to be. But even if you enjoy just one of those things, yeah, today you don't have to suffer through my voice. There's a second voice you can suffer through.
So I will chime in when I feel the need, or if Kerstin needs help with some of the objects that I painted.
Yeah. So amazing stuff today. We start with a new paintable object for Thule.
Yes.
It's gonna be a climbable vine that she paints and that grows. And yeah, we have some intense background music. I hope you can hear it. Right now it sounds like a fighting montage or a training montage. Um, I don't think things will get that intense. But yeah. So we will jump right in today. I think we can manage to make the vine grow and make it grow on 2D's command. And then we also need to put in things like in which direction does it grow, and also very important, how can Bale mess things up?
Oh. Have we decided what he does?
He eats it.
Oh, that he eats.
Maybe hype. um, yeah, so I will jump in. Rina will also work on art, but you can't see that. You have to take our word for it. Oh
Uh,
no. Also, she froze.
yeah, I don't know if it's the internet.
uh, okay, I think now you're back, maybe? We just see how it goes. Maybe it
First
get...
of all,
Yeah.
please tell us if connection is okay or if problem with audio. Audio.
Audio issues. um, yeah, I think right now it stutters a bit, but I hope it gets better. Maybe? Verena, are you still with us?
This is going to be fun.
Okay, we just use you as the random voice of the off. Maybe what you say will come through, maybe not.
That's the same thing that I say about your voice right now. What could she have said? What is the word that was swallowed?
Yeah, it's a puzzle game.
Nice.
All right. So I think what we can do is I will switch to the coding view, and then you can turn off your camera, and maybe
Mm-hmm.
it's easier when just audio comes through.
Oh, that's
All right. Hopping into Unity. Oh, and also seeing that my capture is wrong because I'm not working on Moritz anymore. uh, uh, all right. So that's better.
climbable.
Huh?
Climbable buttons.
Climbable vines. Climbable is a very weird word. Maybe it's not one at all, but that's what we call them. I have a lot of ables in my code. We have the climbables, we have the paintables, we have the speakables and the interactables. um, so yeah, what we have here is a sprite you can't see. And we just had to put it on the right sorting layer. So we showed this in one of the dev streams. They are sturdy vines. I don't know what does sturdy mean.
Sturdy means that they can keep up with the weight of Thule.
Ah, yeah.
Strong, and they're not like the vines that top one use, but climbable vines.
Yeah. Ah, okay. So this is the graphic for them for now. And yeah, we showed it before. And the husband of Sandra, he made a quick test for it because he helps us out from time to time. And he put in a really quick way to make those grow. And also that will help us later on, because of course, since it's something Thule has to interact with, we need a collider and stuff like this.
Yeah.
So what we can do is in Unity, if you have as a sprite render component, like every graphic you put in, every sprite has it. You can change the draw mode. And simple is you have just the sprite and that's fine. But you can also put in the mode tiled. And this will repeat the graphic. So now that we have it, we can change the size. And if we change the height, we can see it's it's practically already growing. And it
magic.
Yeah, it's magic. So yeah, we just need to use this. And yeah, basically just put it in on command. So for that, we will make a new script somewhere, probably in the paintable folder. And it's vine object. Right. I will close all the tabs we had from yesterday with the MoRed bonding system and the friendship points and stuff like this. So I won't confuse myself. Is the goal here. Also, I will have to have a quick look on the previous objects that we did, and if they have a certain structure. I guess that was the wrong one. Am I wrong? Am I in the wrong folder? Why is everything empty?
Did
okay. Huh?
Something, or
did I what?
Did you import the Benny stuff, or?
No.
No. Okay.
It was a short demo where he showed how it grows, and I will basically recreate this for everybody to see how we did it, because it's a very simple way to make this effect, and I think you can use it in your own games if you are a programmer, especially if you do 2D games. I mean, of course, you can do something with shaders as well. But again, yeah, this is very simple and it does exactly what we need to do. Right, so I think for the other objects, I had another able class. It's a manipulable class. And yeah, because it's stuff you can manipulate.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we don't only need a dictionary for molds; we need a dictionary for casting.
Yeah, I mean, Sandra was mocking my my naming yesterday because she thought it was weird that the Morets have bonding behavior. I think she had some naughty thoughts about it.
Mhm.
That's on her. My mind is entirely innocent.
Yeah.
Yes, I just want the Morets to bond and be friends.
Mhm.
So yeah, as you can see, I have inherited from the manipulable class and put in all the functions, which Visual Studio, thank the gods, does by itself. So I won't have to copy paste. And some we don't really need to use because we have functions that are for the stones, and now talking about it, do I need this? Maybe I don't even need it.
The throwing or
Yeah, I mean I have the attach and detach
Mhm.
and the manipulate class. And the manipulate class you need to throw stuff
Mhm.
to what the fuck? Sorry. um, I was thrown off by the by the music that changed.
Okay.
Yeah, so sorry I cursed as well. Uh, but yeah. Tati says, why not? This can make amazing friendship if there's some bonding included. Yes, you have bonding moments. Okay, I don't think I need this. No, I don't need this. Rena, what am I doing?
No, I don't.
Hello?
You need to climbable so that Tuli can
Can interact?
yeah.
Yeah. But I think that's on Tuli's side.
Hmm.
Because the vine doesn't really care what Tuli does if she climbs or not.
Yeah, that's right.
No, Sandra. Bad Sandra.
Oh, you're right.
She
It's
said
actually
bonding again.
the vine just needs to grow, and it needs to know when to stop. It has like a certain distance or the next platform that it grows to.
Yeah. And
It
I
needs
think
the direction which it's painted.
yeah,
I
and
don't know if that's important.
it needs a direction, but I think that's everything it needs. Yeah, but we just start because if we think too much about it, then we get stuck and then we get nowhere. Interestingly enough, if you're a writer and you do this as well, you debate what you're doing. You also don't get anywhere. And in code, it's very much the same, even though you're not telling a story. All right. So what do we need? For now, we need everything to make the vine grow. So we need a size that represents its current size, and we need to access the sprite. Yes, that's how you write it. The sprite renderer. And maybe also I saw that Sandra's husband did this. That he put in the speed at which the vine is growing.
Mm.
I think it makes sense to calculate it in a way that no matter how far the sprite has to grow, you maybe make it the same time, because you don't want to wait for 5 seconds for the thing to grow. You maybe want to have it like always 1 second.
So it sees how long do I grow, and the further I grow, the faster I grow. That kind of stuff.
Yeah. Give me a second. Why do I like to talk shit about everything instead? Woman's ass, says Onigumo, and that's a very good question, but not one for this chat. So please restrain yourself. All right. So yeah, we basically need to at some point calculate how fast it is for a certain distance. And yeah, first things first, we will put in a wake method where we set all the reference that we need. So we have the renderer that needs to be set with this get component. Sprite renderer. And I will also change real quick the station on Pretzel Rock. I was trying out the chiptune one, but it throws me off. So yeah, I think we go back to the chill bass one until I find an alternative, because the number of songs is limited there. Yeah, okay, that's calmer. Boop. All right. So what we also need is I'm just thinking now, do we need it for current size? No, the size we need is the one we wanted to grow at. So it's I renamed this quickly. It's a target size.
Mm-hmm.
And then yeah, I think that's it. For now, I will put it at some random value, so we can see if everything is working. Also, here's some problem with the sprite renderer name. Okay. I will rename it if you feel better with it, Visual Studio. Tatsu asked some instrumental epic music. Yeah, or some, you know, like this chill electronic music. Because I'm not sure if that's only with me, but if I hear classical music, my brain focuses on it too much. I think it's because I, in my young days, I was playing in an orchestra, so my brain starts playing along, I think, if I hear like classical music. Brevina, are you still there?
Yes, I'm still there.
Okay.
Just,
I'm just suspicious.
Yeah, on my audio you always break off, and that's why I'm like...
Okay. It
So
must be an interesting
experience,
yes.
yes.
Mm.
Today I listen to a lot of, but
Do you
music that
listen?
I heard when I was younger.
You listen to a lot of what?
To when I was younger. So is my internet gone again?
I only hear the second half.
Okay.
No.
So maybe but it's okay. I listened to music from Nine Inch Nails today, and it was good.
Okay.
It had a lot of energy,
uh,
and that you don't use that kind of music.
yeah, Tazi also suggests now death metal. Since it has theoretically lyrics, but you don't understand.
Yeah, I can't really befriend myself with death metal. I don't know. I need to hear the lyrics, and if I can't understand them, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh.
When I program, I hear like things with a beat and a rhythm, and no lyrics, or lyrics that are in a language that I don't understand, like I don't know, Russian or Italian. French is like, I don't know too much French, but enough to get distracted by the lyrics. But yeah. So back to programming. um, Maybe we can see if we can do something about the music for the next stream. But as of now, I will code a bit. And what we want to do now is basically set the size in the sprite renderer, because if you remember from before, that's pretty much what happens if Unity lets me. Unity, please. Please let me click it. Okay, there it is. That's what we do when we change the size here in the inspector. So we just need to do this from code.
Mm-hmm.
So what we do in the update method is update the size. So we will say, all right, our size equals oh no, we need a size. I renamed it earlier, but we need both. We will always set our current height to our speed multiplied by time dot data type, and then we just need to set it in the sprite renderer. So we say sprite render dot size, and the size is stored as a vector of 2. So we have our x size, our width. So we put this in from, whatever it is currently in our sprite renderer, and say sprite render dot size dot x, and then we say current height for the y value. And now if we press play, it should already work. I mean, it's probably growing until it's like for all eternity. But at least we can see if it works or not. Also, I probably should set a speed.
That's always important.
Yes. It's the most common mistake I saw when I was teaching, that you put in some speed or some other variable and it defaults to 0. And then you're always like very confused because it doesn't throw an error. You did everything right. But yeah, when the speed is 0, you won't get far. All right, so let's press play and see how it goes. And there it grows. It's also a bit slow speed, but we can always change this later. All right.
Okay, for all of you, this is just this is not the final Vine look.
Just one.
Yeah, it's just a placeholder, I guess.
Yeah.
If you watch it like this, it's okay, but from afar, I don't know, it looked like someone poop growing up.
Oh, do you know this? There are this sausages made out of chicken, and the package has exact this shade of brownish red. And since those are tubes, it looks like these sausages.
Yep.
Yeah, and also, I don't know, kidneys, kidney leaves. But yeah, I mean, for now, it fits with the other objects, so it's fine. All right. So now we need to make sure that it stops growing after it reached the target size. So this is just a simple if statement. So we say if the current height is less than our target size, then we need to do all of this, right? So right now our target size is 20. I will just put it to 10 so we can see faster if it works or not. And then we wait for Unity to import everything that is important. That's why it's called importing. No, it's not. Yeah, let's just see if it works. So it should stop after right. Okay, so we need to figure out what what do these units mean? Because
how did you make it think about its target size, or did you put it in yourself?
I just put in a fixed number for now.
Okay.
And it was 10, and it has currently a height of 10. And I was thinking it's Unity units. So...
Apparently not.
Apparently not, no. But it could depend on the scale. So maybe it's 10 Unity units if we don't have a scale of 0.2. So if I put in 1, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then it fits. All right, so we need to take into account on what scale our sprite operates. So how do we do this? I think we just need to probably divide the target size by the local scale. And where do we do this? maybe here. I mean, for now we do everything in one class, and also mainly the update and the wake function. But later on we need to have different public functions so that we can access it from Tuli, because Tuli is the one painting it and also decides how large they get. So so the target size is the target size divided by the locus scale. Nope, that's the local position. That's the locus scale, and it's the y of the locus scale. Right, so let's see if we now get a plant that has a small scale but is still 10 Unity units high. Alright. Halfway there. And it stops. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right. Alright. So what we now also want to put in, because it's a bit visually nicer, is an end sprite. So right now you can see it just cuts off here, and that's not that's not pretty. And Verena made some beautiful leaves that we can put on there, if I manage to find them. They're somewhere in the graphics. Here. So, oops, we can't see them. Yeah, so this is the finishing touch to the vine. And basically what we just do is we make a prefab out of it, and we spawn it when we let our vine grow, and then we have to position it always at the end of our vine. So yeah, the prefab only stores basically the settings we need for the sprite renderer. So the sorting layers, that we can actually see it and it's not hidden behind the other layers. Right. So after we made the prefab, which we just do by drag and drop, we just delete all of that. And what we then need in our vine class is wine class. It's where you learn a lot about all the vines. We need a game object, which has our vine ending. And basically we need to spawn it in when the vine is created. So we do this right here in the awake method. So we say instantiate vine ending. And also, since we need to position the game object, we need to store it as well. So I think I will just rename this to vine ending prefab. And then we need a game object, which is the actual vine ending that we spawn in. So we do like this. And what we also need to do is to set the scale of the vine ending. So we just say vine ending dot transform dot local scale, and this should be the scale of our growing vine. So we can just say this transform dot local scale. All right. Now, as long as our vine grows, we need every time that it changes its height, we need to reposition the vine ending. So what we will do is say what do we need to say? Vine ending.
You sound like such a Corona. Just a wine ending, you know. Drink. Okay. It's a pandemic. Come on.
Well, for me, it's not wine. It's Coke. As in Coca-Cola.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for clarifying that.
Yeah, but no. I'm not that much into wine. I have to admit. It's one of the few things that really seem to hit my head. like talking about alcohol in general. Other stuff I don't feel as much as if I'm drinking wine. Also, I think I'm a bit I'm too much of a peasant to enjoy the taste. All right. Although I'm just mistyping everything right now. I'm not drunk. I just need to get used to having a conversation partner, which is great, but yeah, it's also a bit more challenging.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Okay, so we need to position our vine ending, which is the position of our vine. Then we just need to push it a bit up. So we can say vector3.up times our current height. And I think that should be it. So let's just see if I'm right.
Should it be that easy?
I don't know. Yesterday was also a day where things were disgustingly easy in comparison, and they worked. So yeah, maybe we're currently on a roll. Okay, put in the vine end prefab here, and then we start the whole thing. And nope, nope. Yeah, sure. It has taken off. Yeah, no, that's not how it should work.
So this is the meme. Actually, I don't want to live in this world anymore. Bye.
I am more than just the ending to a vine. I'm meant to fly. Okay, so all right, okay, so we need to analyze what just happened. Oh, maybe the thing is, since the size is dependent on the local scale, maybe now we have to take it also back in. I'm not sure if that made any semblance of sense. But the thing is, our size, if we don't use the local scale, it will just be too small, because the size is also scaled. Now we scaled the size up to take into account that the local scale is very small. Maybe now, for the actual position, we need to take in the local scale again. So I just try this. I think it should help. Let's just see if Unity thinks the same. Alright, Judy's very suspicious. But let's just try.
I mean, she saw a flying saucer.
Yeah, pretty much. But no, it works! Haha!
Oh, amazing.
There it goes. I think it's also on the wrong layer.
Oh yeah, it's behind the vine. It should be in front.
Yeah. Okay.
Now it looks like you know the Backstreet Boys, their hairdo.
Wait, what?
A little bit.
The hairdo
Looks
of
like
the
the
Backstreet Boys.
the hairdo. How do you say that? Frisur.
Yeah.
So they had like, and it looks like that a little bit. At least in the beginning, it looked like.
Honestly, Tauzi, I don't know if I can read this out loud and nobody dies. But I will take this chance for now. Tauzi says, maybe you need a proper divinder variable. Are you still alive, Arena? If you are, we didn't hear you because of the connection.
I just I said, huh.
Okay, that was a very important
Yes.
Yeah, contribution.
Yes, and I'm happy that I was allowed to repeat it.
Yeah, all right. Also, the word you're apparently looking for was hairstyle.
What did I say? Hairdo.
Hairdo.
Oh,
To hairdo or hair don't?
oh, I bet it's a word.
Okay, I would just put the vine layer on a different order. It is?
Yeah. Hairdo. Frisur. Haarschnitt. Haarfrisur.
Huh. Who says Haarfrisur?
Die Ärzte.
Haarfrisur in English would be hairdo. Just has like, there's a word for it. If you have a word that is put together of words that mean kind of the same. It's like some Germans say runter reduzieren, and it would be basically down reducing. It basically both means that something is less or costs less. And I think there's a very sophisticated word for this, but I don't know it.
But I don't know. Haarfrisur just, I mean, yeah, Frisur is hairstyle, but it's hairstyle then.
Yes.
because hair alone has no hairstyle.
No, but the frisur, which is
Yes.
hairstyle, I mean, where else? What else can you? What you know? What? It's like I don't even know how to explain it. It's
Okay, it's okay.
self-explanatory.
Oh, great.
All right.
I'm actually animating right now, or trying to animate, and I am filming the preparation because we need some more
Ah, okay.
social media stuff. And now I have, I think, 5 minutes searching and googling hairstyles on video.
Well, happy editing.
Yes.
Uh, yeah. Tatsi says beards. But is it a frisur if you style your beard?
I think it says Haarfrisur, Bartfrisur, so I guess yeah.
Okay. Huh. There are plenty of beard styles. Yeah. Which I'm always a bit jealous of because, you know, you have so much more things in your face to express yourself. Also, I imagine it's warmer in winter. And with summer, you just cut it off. In my mind, at least, that's how you know, beards work.
I don't know if you cut them off. I think they're itchy for a long time.
But on who? Because I know after my boyfriend cut his beard, I'm the one who's itching.
Oh, he scratches you, which is underneath the skin. Yeah.
If you ever
Welcome.
wondered what women think about beards and how they think they functions. Yes, it's warmer in winter, but they are indeed itchy, says Tauzi. Thank you for clarifying it. All right. So what did we actually do before we were wondering about beards? We put in the vine ending, and it works. And I think what we now need to do is to cut this stuff into some functions that can be accessed from the outside, so that Tuli can, you know, on a button press, position the vine and also grow it. And I think positioning it will be a bit tricky since we need to find out where the ground is. And also we need to find out what's the maximum size of the vine. And also if it hits something like the ceiling or a platform before it needs to stop. So that's what we will be doing now. All right, so first things first, we need some functions. I will just put in the growing behavior in its own function. So all of this goes into here. And we also need a public function to set the position. So we will, what do we call it? Position vine, maybe. And it gets a vector 3, which is the position. All right. So how we will do things is the position we get from Tuli, because from her this function will be called. We assume it's already in front of her. So maybe where her paintbrush is. And from there we need to figure out where's the ground. So we make a raycast downwards. So we have a raycast hit 2D. Where we say physics 2D, then raycast. And then the origin is the position that we got, and we cast it downwards. And we need a distance, like a maximum distance, which first really doesn't matter because we know 2D isn't higher than 2 Unity units. And what we also need is a mask, a layer mask. So we don't want to test, for example, Bael. If Bael is in the way, we want to ignore it. So what we will be saying is that we only test for the ground or maybe a platform or another object. Unity, yes, at Yahiko, it's Unity. Are you familiar with it? Do you code? So layer mask. And we also want to serialize it so it saves the layers that we need to test for, which are the ground layers. I don't code much, mostly because I suck at it. If you like to try some things, Unity is, I think, quite friendly because it brings a lot of stuff with it. But yeah, I can't understand if it's not something you enjoy. So. Alright, so we need to put it in here. But if you like to try and get back into it, there are certain things that always are the same, and once you got them, also it might take at the beginning a while. I know I was I needed a bit of time when I studied computer science to get into, the mindset of coding. Once you reach, there's a certain point where it clicks, and then you can, you basically then know how to Google stuff. Oh, now Unity might actually make me spend more time on Unity, I feel, instead of problem solving specifically. Okay. Okay, what was I doing? I was making stuff grow. If you just joined recently, I will show you quickly what we have been doing so far, and what we will continue doing. So we have objects in our game that can be painted. It's a 2D puzzle adventure, and one of the main mechanics is that you can paint objects into the world, and you can recognize them always by this color scheme. This for now is just a placeholder, and this is an object that our main character can draw, and it grows so we can climb stuff. And what we now put in, I hope it still works because we were just rearranging stuff, is that it grows and also looks nice with this ending. And what we now need to do is make it grow on a button push that our main character does. So I show you real quick the other objects. So we have a stone that we can throw around. Whoops, if Unity doesn't manipulate our scene view. There we are. We have the stone, and we also have this big box. And we have a limited resource system for it. So if we are out of paint, we just can't paint anymore. So yeah, what we are doing now and probably also in the next week is putting in the functionality for this new object, for this vine. And right now it just, it just grows, does its stuff. And we are working on putting in all the functionalities to position it like with the other objects. And now we're working on finding the ground so it doesn't spawn in the air and looks a bit glitchy, but we want to put it on the ground. And for that we made a raincast. I feel like I keep on saying raincast, but it's a raycast.
Well, the weather makes you.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it's a platformer. Also, we have this little. I understand what you mean. I have some word issues today as well. We also have this AI companion, and our game is called Duru, and it's a game about morals and depression. And this little fella here is an AI companion that I can demonstrate you real quick. For now I turned him off, but I will turn him on again. So he will follow us around. He will have an issue if we get too far away, which I probably can show at this point here. Can you please rage for me? There it goes. Yeah, so you always have to take him, or rather it, with you. And if you can't manage, it will rage and it will draw you back. Like you can see, the screen gets darker and then you spawn by his side. He can also manipulate objects that you draw. If I find one. For example, what we code in later is that he basically eats the vines from the bottom up. So it gets shorter while you climb it, so you have to either distract it or put it somewhere where it doesn't do any damage. There are ways you can trap it on platforms because it's a bit heavier. It can't jump as high as our main character can. So it's basically a puzzle mechanic in itself, this companion. But I don't think we will reach the point today where Bale interacts with the new paintable object.
Aww.
Also, the voice you are hearing, that is not mine. That's Verena. She's our artist, and she joined me today on the stream.
Hello.
So we have a remote office situation going on here. All right. So let's find the ground. So we can now assume that with our raycast we hit the ground layer, and if so, we will reposition our vine. So if we hit something, is what this if statement says, then we say this transform position equals the hit point. All right. Just have to turn on the light. It's getting quite dark and gray outside. All right, and I think that should be it. And now to test it, I will just put it in the awake method. So we say position vine. How do we test it? Game object, docked find.
I think I can answer Atya Hiko's question. Since how long have you been using Unity? If you used Unity for the first time during our studies, and that was 2013, 14. So
yeah, it's
for some time.
At least 6-7 years, yeah.
Right. I mean, but you studied computer science before, so you learned
Yeah.
programming, and Unity is basically you can choose between Java and C#, and we have always been coding in C#.
Yes, because it's a better language.
No.
Yeah. Controversial opinion, fight me.
No one is better or worse.
Well, in terms of programming languages, probably. Oh, hey, Boris. Where says tuning into the stream once again. I don't know why, but Beerbot doesn't like having the function repeat only once every few days. I don't think there's a workaround for this. Oh. So it's like Beerbot only is just making once the message that it needs to be fought with positivity. For everybody who doesn't know, Boris made a bot for our Discord server, which is amazing. And it's a beer bot, and when you ping it, it says some mean stuff.
You said bot. Sorry.
What? The beer bot? It's a beer bot. It's a Discord bot on our server, and the idea was that from time to time it shows up and you have to fight it with positive vibes, since BL is the personification of the depression of our main character. And it was just a fun idea, and Boris said he can do it. And the interval might not support such a long delay. Oh, okay, so it's an issue with Discord itself. Also, Atyahiko asks, how's your progress like on a daily basis? It's a bit it differs from time to time, because we are a small team of 3. There's Verena, and who's currently with me on the stream. and she's in charge of art and animation. I'm in charge of programming and storytelling, and we also have a third one who is Sandra, and I think she was early in the chat. Maybe she's still there. If she is, she can say hi. If not, I will say hi for her. And she's in charge of level design and marketing, and yeah, so we all have to wear multiple hats as it is in smaller studios. So for now, I work on the code mainly on stream, and that's also quite fun, and it's one does make more progress than I was thinking before I started. We had basically 3 weeks in which we finished the Mored NPC behavior. So that's, you know, amazing, especially if you think that there's just 2 times a week where we stream for 2 to 3 hours. And otherwise, I work mostly on story and concept these days, and also there is, you know, administrative work and social media stuff that we share between us, and things just pop up. Also, things that are just related to our company. So it's it's about hard to tell. Oh no. Atyahiko asks a difficult question. With your current speed, when do you think you will finish this game? We aim for June, July. Since, you know, most parts are finished, and putting in new things like we do now, or we did with the Mored behaviors, it's quite fast since we have a good base for the game. And then we have to just create content, so missing levels, missing story events, all of that. Will you release it? Yes. I think commercially, yeah. I'm not sure if I put in... Yeah, there's a Duru command, and there's the page to our store. So if you're interested, you can check out the demo there. And if you do, stop by on our Discord server and tell us how you like it. All right. I will just put in right now a fantasy position for our vine to spawn, and then we see if it really can find the ground. So I use Thule as a reference point, and I put it a little bit to the right, and I put it a little bit into the air. There. Oh, there's a position missing. All right. So what we want to test now if the vine spawns directly on the ground. So Unity makes it sing, and then we will test it. So it should spawn around here before Thule, in front of Thule. I see, thanks. Yeah, no problem. Always happy if someone's interested. Unity? Please do your thing. I think it didn't happen. There's a null reference exception going on. Why? It has an issue with Beal? Why?
Is he turned off or is he still turned on?
Oh, I deactivated him, but I didn't like properly deactivate him. Help. Alright, but also the vine didn't reposition itself, so there is an issue going on. I don't have a ground layer set. Of course not, why would I? Alright, so we check for the ground layer and also the platform layer. And then I think it should work. Maybe? Yes! Alright. So it repositions itself and grows from there. That's what we wanted. Boris says, I removed the random function. Speaking of the bearbot, since I think that might be the reason why it doesn't work. How often should bearbot send a message? Currently it's set for once every 2 days. Yeah, I think that's a good rhythm. Also, without the random function, it just sends a message on a specific time. All right, I think we can just delete this. All right, do we need to do something else before we head over to Thule?
Well, they need to know how long it takes to grow, right? So they need to know when to stop.
Yeah, so we need to check for either the ceiling or
Platform.
a platform, yeah. Also, there should be a maximum size. So I will put this in.
So you mean if he can't detect the ceiling, then he can't grow? Because otherwise people would make the vine in the beginning when the elevator is there?
Yeah, that would be an issue, yeah. So we have a maximum size. They also need to put in again that the elevator leaves. Because I was liking the people were shocked and a bit sad. I don't like to make people shocked and sad, but maybe a little bit. Because we had at the beginning of each level, there's an elevator and you come down, and then there's a moret that is basically a lift boy. And once you head into the level, he just goes back up and leaves you alone. And more people than I would have imagined had abandonment issues with the moret leaving, and I didn't expect it, but it was I don't know, it was cute and also a bit funny.
Well, some believe that it was the mother of Thule, so that's why they had it.
Yeah, that's even worse. It's
yeah.
I mean, the mother of Thule also sends her down, but she's not there to witness it. Bausch says the delays changed in the function that calls every time the delay is reached. I think that might mess it up. Sorry, I have to read this again. The delays changed in the function that calls every time the delay is reached. Oh, okay. So it doesn't like that you change the value instead of having a fixed one. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, that's. I mean, I don't know how Discord bots work in general. But yeah, maybe it doesn't probably get the reference to the new value when you make it random. All right. We will now put in a function.
The changes of topics is so disagreeable.
Yeah, but I mean, it's also programming related, right?
Yeah.
It's just JavaScript. Oh, okay. But I haven't used the interval function before. Okay. Hmm. I'm not too well versed with JavaScript. I used it once or twice when I was playing around with website programming, but other than that, I don't know the specifics of it. Okay, we will have a function. Should it be public? Maybe? Oh, at some point we also need to put in a preview, I think, so that you know where that thing is going.
Oh yeah, like the throwing thing.
Yeah.
And we do want to make it be. We do want to give it some range. It's not going straight upward, but it can go to the side. So
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah. Truly needs a new.
Yeah, but that's a problem for future Kerstin. With nothing to do with present Kerstin. Who now just needs to worry about where the ceiling is. Check for ceiling is the function we're currently coding. So it just, you know, makes these red squiggly lines, which I hate. So I will put in a default value to return. And now we also need to do raycast, but instead of down, we need to go into the direction the vine is growing. As Verena said, later on it has like different directions, so it can not just go straight up, but it can also go to the side. So we need to put in which direction it goes to check for an obstacle. Right now we just say as a placeholder it will grow just grow up. it just grows up. Right, so we make another raycast. So we say physics2d.raycast, and then this time it's our current position. I don't need to type what I say. Like this. So our current position. Then the direction is to go upwards. So we say vector2.up. And the distance is our maximum size. So we can put this in as well. And also we use our ground layers for it, I think. Yeah, if we need to change it, like if there's another kind of obstacle, like maybe a painted boulder or something, like the box that we can paint, we will just test if we use this as an obstacle as well, so it stops growing. But for now we just leave it like this. Bart says I have to leave again. Good luck with the rest of the stream. Yeah, thank you for stopping by, and have a nice evening.
Bye bye.
Alrighty. So now we need to check if our raycast actually hit something. And we do this in the same manner that we did before. So that was pretty much what I was talking about when I said that you only need to know a couple of things, like a couple of constructs, and then you can already do a lot. If you know about raycasts and Unity, then you can already do all kinds of stuff. And also in the previous streams we wrote a lot of timers because we had some cooldown times for befriending our morads, and it's always the same, right? And if you have like basically a little toolbox of all those things, then you can already code a lot of games. right. So now that we know that we hit something, which is in this construct, we need to basically reevaluate our target size. So what we need to do is we say target size equals, and then it's basically the distance from our position to the point where we collided. And we can get this from the raycast hit to the object. So we say hit dot distance. And since we need to take into account again the local scale of our game object, we need to divide it by the local scale. Local scale, there it is, dot y. And then we can return true. Do we need to have a value to return?
A what to return?
Does it need to return if it hits something or not? Right now I'm leaning towards not. Because we already in this function adjust the target size. No, I think we don't need to return something.
Okay. Well, maybe for the gifted me, what does return exactly mean?
Oh.
I mean, I heard it, and I used it just to return as true or something, but I never know what it actually is. So I'm that kind of programmer. Not a real programmer, that's what I wanted to say.
Yeah, so you have functions that have a return value, and some functions don't. So, like the one we use to grow, it's a void. So void always means it doesn't have a return value. So
Yep.
you just go through the function, you do whatever the lines of code say, and then it's fine. If you have a function that has a return value, like if you say check for ceiling, and you would return a bool, then you need to say at some point return true or return false.
Okay.
Also, welcome to all 135 people that just joined us on our programming journey. And thank you very much to White Panther. Yeah, welcome everybody. So great to have you here, and also thank you for following us. Yeah, welcome. So to catch everybody up, we are developing a game that is called Duru. And Duru is a game about Moritz and depression. And we're using Unity language, Unity engine, and C# to code it. And right now we are coding some mechanics in that will be needed in the future. So in Duru we have our main character Tuli. It's this little sus-looking Mauret here, and it's a 2D puzzle platformer, and you can, as Tuli, as I will show you shortly, draw objects and use them. So we have like a big boulder that you can move around. We also have, if Unity now will stop making me sad, which it doesn't, because now we have null references. I just want to show off my game and now it doesn't work anymore. um, maybe now that I put away the wine. um, yeah, so we can draw different objects. We can use them to solve puzzles. Like having this big boulder, which apparently crashes the game right now. Very sorry about it. And we also have an AI companion. That is this little fella here. It's called Bale. And Bale is pretty much the personified depression of our main character. So this fella here will annoy you. It will make everything harder. And in our game, you basically learn how the perception and personality and behavior of people change who have depression, and also how others perceive her, because Bale is only visible to Thule, and other Morats don't know about it. They don't know how to react to Thule's change in behavior, and we also can see how their interaction with the main character help her or don't help her, because there are certain things that you can do if you have a friend or a loved one, a family member who has depression, and there are certain things that you shouldn't do, like unhelpful sentences or things that are pretty much like just smile more, go outside, just have fun for once, all these phrases that you say because you want to help, but they pretty much do the opposite. Never fails when want to demo something and everything starts to break. Yeah, like, and that's yeah, that's pretty much it. Latino engineer says, "Wow, that is really deep. Great way to present it." Yes, thank you. I think it's also important to not, because there are some games that are talking about depression as well, but they're quite dark, and we want to make it colorful, but also respectful towards it, so it's easier to get educated about this topic. And if you feel like, I put the link for our Steam page in. There's a demo where the AI companion works, I swear. And also the things that currently are not working, and there are zero null reference exceptions. So if you want to try it out, please do. And if you do, feel free to let us know what you think. And yeah, it always helps us out. Pilot says, "Wow, what an amazing project." Thank you so much. Yeah, and we are streaming our progress on every Tuesday and Wednesday. So if you are into coding, or if you just want to know how all of this works, then you can follow us along here. And the last weeks we coded in the NPC behavior. So you have Morats in the game, in the Morat colony, that you can befriend, and also can discover their story. So everybody has little problems or big problems, and it's basically an exercise in empathy, right? So you adapt to what they like, and are there for them, and they will open up to you. And also, since depending on the study, there are like 15 to 20% of the population who either have depression or will get it in their lifetime. So Thule is not the only one, but since nobody talks about it, she doesn't know about these dark creatures that symbolize the depression in the context of the Moorhead colony. I can show off, I think, what we did last week. So this is one of the Moorhead characters. That's Alala. She's a bit of a daydreamer, and we used her and as an example to code in different ways to bond with our character. I think right now she is. You basically befriend her by just listening to her hardships. So if you go, she will just start talking about something. She has a little cooldown. You can also wave to her. You can talk to her. And yeah, befriend her this way. Also, if you if she wants to talk about something and you leave, she gets angry. And rightfully so.
Oh, that's the first time that I see it. That's great.
Yeah, so
for everyone who's wondering, hi, I'm Verena. I'm the artist. I'm just in the background. What did you do with her hands? Can you do that again? Like rock away. Oh, she's talking fast. Okay.
She's talking fast.
It looks like she's doing the wavy thing with her arm.
Yeah. But yeah, if you're rude, she gets angry.
Nice.
Yeah, and you have all these different behaviors to give the Moorheads a little bit more character. Right now she goes very quick through the circles because we needed to prototype. But in the final product, you will find her somewhere in the colony, and then you have a little chat, or you listen to her stories and have a little bonding moment, and eventually be friends with her. So that's also something that we will put in the game. All right. So if you have questions, please feel free to ask. If it's questions about the game or about our studio, which is called Twisted Ramble Games. And we are. Oh, maybe I should say a bit about who we are. We are a small indie studio based in Berlin, Germany. And you already heard Verena's voice. But
Hello.
We are 3 people. So Sandra is also one of us, and she is in charge of level design and marketing. And yeah, Verena is in charge of art and animation. And I'm in charge of programming, obviously, and also storytelling. So yeah, feel free to ask stuff. And I will, in the meantime, continue working on the new object that we want to use, so that can be painted and grow, and it's basically there for Tuli to climb and reach higher places. Let's see if it still works. So what we put in for now is that this thing basically finds the ground, so a position near the ground, and then it grows. Right now until it reaches the maximum size that it has, and we need to put in that it stops once it reaches a ceiling or a platform. So yeah, we have this function for it, and we just need to put it in somewhere and hope for the best that it works. So I think for now we just put it in the awake method, so it checks once at the beginning and then adjusts its size. So we just say here, check for ceiling. And then we put it underneath this platform here. And if everything goes well, it just grows until it reaches the platform. And then it hopefully stops. So let's see. All right, there it goes. It stops. Nice. Okay, this time it works.
Sweet.
We probably need to think about if it grows before, in front of the platform.
Or behind it.
Behind it, yeah. But I think it makes more sense if it's like in front. All right.
But isn't Thule behind the platforms?
No, I don't think so. She is behind the stairs, but she's in front of the platforms.
Okay, yeah, then sure.
Excuse me. Yeah, okay. But that's a small detail. I think what we need to do is now to spawn it in at the press of a button. Oh, Verena, I also think we need a new UI element for it.
Yeah, definitely. And we need a new animation for Thule when she climbs.
Yes, that as well.
But it will only be from the side, right? I don't have to make a back version of Thule right now.
I mean, whatever you feel like.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
I mean, it should work from the side. I mean, with many side scrollers, you have this change of perspective, where when you would press up here, you will see the back.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if that makes sense.
Yeah, we'll see.
Oh, thank you for the donation, Pilot. We really appreciate it.
No, thank you.
So, yeah, all what you donate will, go into the game and the making of the game. So thank you. And also, if you like to stay up to date, we have a Discord server. Do I have a command for it? Is the question. Aha. So yeah, if you like to join us there, we're right now we're still a small community, but we're really amazing, nice people, and we are happy for everybody who wants to join. All right. So I will for now switch to Thule and just put in. Oh no! First, I will create a prefab out of the vine so we can spawn it in. That's one great thing about Unity, that you can save all the stuff. Right, there it is. And now we hop into Thule's code, which I haven't touched for a while. So I hope I will find my way. Where is she? So in the last weeks we created a state machine for our Morat characters. A state machine is basically a programming pattern. So you know what an entity like an AI, like an NPC, is currently doing, and once something changes, either in the environment or something that the NPC needs to do in their routine, you change between the states. So you have a state for idle behavior, you have a state for walking, and Thule, also she's controlled by the player, functions on a similar level. It makes it more clean and more easy to read. And hopefully less buggy. All right,
You know,
and
we learned it's not a bug, it's a feature.
it's not a bug, it's a happy little accident. Sometimes there are happy little accidents where things just, vibrate around like washing machines. That's one of the more funnier bugs. But when Bale, our companion, just bugs out, and it's not too much fun. All right. So this is her code so far. This is Tuli's default state. The default state just means she walks around. She has nothing in her hands, and she can do anything from painting the objects or doing wall jumps, which she can't do when she's carrying something. And here we have some functions that are getting executed depending on input. So here we have the paint object input. So this basically happens when we press the button for painting an object. And here we need to put in that Tuli can paint vines. So I think there's somewhere a function that does this. Again, excuse me if I have to read a bit through my code, because I haven't used it in quite some time. At least not this part. Alright, so here we check if we can paint the object. We have a resource system. If you're out of paint, you can't really do it. And then we have this function. It's called trigger draw. That sets the animation. Alright. And where do we actually paint it? There's a delete painting. Am I crazy? Where are we painting this object?
That's sometimes how I talk when I look into your code. When I just want to find out how something is done, I'm like, so this references to here and what?
Also,
I don't know, for me it's always everything that I write, everything is in one place. But Kerstin, she's a proper programmer. She spaces it out and references stuff, and I'm like, why isn't it in here?
Also, thank you for Aisha Codes for the follow. What do you code? Do you also code games? And if you do you use Unity? And do you use one class for everything, like Verena?
The most important part is how do you write your variables?
Yes, that's always a good point to start a fight. How do you write your variables? And in what language and why? How to name variables. I'm a web developer. I work mostly in JavaScript, but I'm learning Rust. Alright. We were talking earlier about JavaScript because one of our community members wrote a bot in Discord for us, and he has a bit of trouble because he sets a random time interval in which the bot sends a message, and we are now facing the problem that the bot sends a message once, and after he changes the interval to a random value, it doesn't happen anymore. But I don't know too much about JavaScript, so I'm no help for that, sadly. since I code mostly in Unity. I think Unity also has JavaScript, I think. Maybe?
Yeah, it does.
Is it Java or JavaScript?
Oh. Oh. Sorry.
I can't find it currently. But yeah, I will have a look later. But web development was also where I came into contact with JavaScript. When I was messing a bit around with websites. All right. But now I will mess with my code. Aha, okay. So here we have the paint event. That was the thing I was looking for. So we decide what object we currently want to paint. Then we position it accordingly. And then we have a spawn object function. All right, you know what? Before I for an eternity mess around in the code, I will have a quick workaround and then off screen rearrange it because I think that's not so fun to watch. So for now I go into the 2D controller and I will just real quick put a function there that if a certain key is pushed, then we will spawn in the object. So I will make a comment about it, like so. And then we basically check for a key. Tazi says JavaScript as far as I know. Yeah, okay, so that was my instinct as well. Aisha says, I just read the description. This sounds like a great project. We'll definitely try the demo. Yeah, thank you. I'm curious to hear your thoughts about it if you like to share them. So stop by on our Discord. We are really grateful for the feedback because there's so much we can learn from it. And yeah, and we're just curious as well. All right, so if oh boy, Verena.
Yes, yes.
I don't know when the last time was that I was just doing the simplest thing, checking if a button is pushed. So I now really it's with the input function, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, I got it. Thanks to coding gods, I got it. Yeah, it's so weird. Sometimes you do the weird high level stuff, and then you go back to how do I recognize if the key is pushed? Okay, and we will use the V for wine. And then we will put it in. I will mess around a bit still with it because we need to have the prefab of the vine here. Also will tell my future self to refactor it and put it somewhere it belongs. But now for testing, it's fine. I mean, that's, what refactoring is for.
Mm-hmm.
Aisha says, yes, I'm facilitating an intro web dev course right now, and I've had several moments like this. All right. So you're teaching? And
But
then
I mean, as long as you know where to look for while Googling, isn't it okay?
Yeah. I mean, it's probably the same for web devs, right? That that you have a high Googling skill. Because I feel that's very important with programming.
Mm-hmm. No, it's really important, especially to know what you're Googling. Because
Yeah.
every time when I have a problem, I don't find a solution because I can't make my problem clear. Because apparently it's a very specific problem that I have.
That sounds weird now. I have this very specific problem. Please help me, Google.
Yes.
All right. Why don't you? Oh, yeah. Okay, that's on me. All right. So now we made an instance of this Vine object. We also want to position it. Oh, thank you for following us first, Z's. I hope that was a good pronunciation of your name. Welcome. Are you into codings or into games or both? And have you used Unity before? So we need to access a Vine script. I try to help folks develop better search patterns. Yeah, yeah. I think that's a very, very important skill. Also knowing where the API is and how do you get to it and how to read it is also something that's quite important, I feel. All right, so we want to position our vine. Again, I have too many tabs open. So right. And we also want to put it a little bit to the right, so it doesn't collide with our player character. And also to make sure that it's not spawning inside the ground, which will mess up our search for the ground. In the right positioning, we put it up a little as well. And then we are we done with this part? So right now what should happen is if we press the V key, we should spawn a vine next to our character. At least in theory.
So now it's just like when she wants to draw the stone where she is, the vine will grow in the moment? Or can she already use the throwing and...
Oh, you mean to rotate it?
Targeting, yeah, targeting.
Yeah, for now she can't.
Okay.
I think we also need to
Oh.
know how we do it, like input-wise.
Yeah. I just had the feeling that because when she carries the stone, you can actually see that she's aiming. So how about when the vine grows, then she pushes it like the like the big stone, and then it goes into the certain directions. And then if she pushed it be further than a platform, it starts growing again.
Yeah. So we tested quick, but before that, I want to thank Mr. Marbus.
Yeah, thank you.
And he says, awesome stuff you're working on. Thank you. I'm really glad that you enjoy it. And hopefully we can now enjoy the miracle of code that actually works.
Beforehand, goodbye, Mr. Marvis. Thank you for being here, and thank you for helping us out.
Yeah, thank you. And goodbye. Have a nice evening. We will actually call it a day if this works. Where is the prefab? There's a prefab. Alright, so we just need to put it in here. And cross our fingers. Alright, let's see. We push V. There it is, and there it grows. Okay, right now it always grows to the right, but that's fine. We can change it later on.
So
But
beautiful. Funny, but the other one.
Yeah, it stopped before, and
Yeah.
I wonder how.
Sorry.
Yeah, that was what I was thinking. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and a half. So it's it stops there. But but why? So
Do you have a raycast on it so it looks so it notices when it's in a platform?
I think what we can do is we expose the variable that stores the size, the target size, because there we can see if it's always the same. So it feels a bit weird. So maybe the check for the ceiling we put in after we spawned it, like directly after we spawned it, which is in the script of our main character Tuli. So we say bind object dot get component bind, and then say check for ceiling. So this should help, and also we expose the variable, which is the target site, and we is target size, and we just say public. All right, so let's see. So, oh no.
Huh.
It's yeah. What?
We
Why?
have the software again, huh?
It doesn't grow
wait.
anymore. Oh,
Does it think because blah, blah, because the background? Does it think the background is also a ground?
No, because the background doesn't have a collider.
Oh, okay.
But the target size is 0.
Oh.
But what happens when I put it here? That grows. How much? Yeah, okay, here it goes to its maximum size. And here? No, here it it doesn't cooperate. I just said oh out loud and laughed in exactly the same way. Yeah, so
So apparently checking for platform is not working properly, eh?
yeah, I mean, it checks for it. It just comes to the wrong conclusion, I would say, because
There is a platform. I should stop growing now.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I don't know what's up with it. Also, hello to Alfred Makes. Thank you for following us, and welcome to the stream. And to slightly weird programming behavior. Also, it doesn't make sense that the ending is like right over here.
Yeah. And it's always there, right? Because when you drew the second one, it didn't appear.
Oh,
a new one didn't appear.
wait, if I put it here. Yeah, you're right. They're always up here. Can I click on it? Yeah. So there's a stack of of leaves now. All right. Let's have a little look. Maybe we can fix it. Let me have a look. All right. So we set the target size, and the target size is the hit distance divided by the local scale. So this can only become 0. Oh, maybe it spawns a little bit in the ground? And that's why it immediately stops?
Oh, because it reacts to the collider of the ground?
Yeah. So I will just give it a little bit of wiggle room by just putting it up a bit. So maybe that already helps.
Just colliders.
Always getting in the way, always colliding with things. All right. Please don't crash.
But I mean,
no.
Crashed.
It crashed.
Oh no. Okay. I mean, it couldn't have been that because the vine grew to its maximum size when it wasn't underneath the platform. So
yeah,
couldn't have been that. But I guess Unity tells you now that it's time to stop.
But I want to try out if it works now. It can't deny us our Feierabend success.
Or it's a Feierabend dilemma and it wanted to spare us.
Yeah. If you haven't figured out by our accents, for now, we are German.
We are German.
We are the Germans, and we say Feierabend. And we say Feierabend when we mean that the work is done and you go home and you have a nice evening. So when you leave the office, you wish a nice Feierabend.
It's huge. Right.
Yeah, it didn't. I hope it saved the prefabs.
Oh no, please no. I hope it I hope it does.
Yeah. Where are they? Here they are. And yeah, it's still there. Okay. But we need to put it into Thule's script. So there's a vine. Okay. So Unity has to get its act together and just for 5 minutes behave like a good little engine, and it's growing. It's growing. Is it stopping though? It stops. Great. So does it stop if we grow it here?
Huh.
It doesn't. Great. All right. Nice.
Cool. Okay, so okay.
It just works. All right. So yeah.
Okay. Sure, but why?
What do you mean why?
I mean, when we thought that the plant started to grow inside the ground and that's why it stopped.
Yeah.
Why did it grow before when we weren't underneath the platform? That's why I was confused. But I'm not questioning it. It's okay. Unity knows what it's doing. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean that's a damn good question, but
that is a question for next time.
well, that's a question for Unity to answer. Oh, don't answer. Yeah, as Alfred makes this, it just works.
But the way I see it now, maybe we can definitely make the top of the vine bigger, so it also looks like a platform, so Thule can jump up the other platform from there. I mean, like for all of you, the vines are just a placeholder at the moment. It will look different. This is just to experiment.
Yes. Also, one thing that we need to figure out, this is a collider, and it should grow until here, but there's a gap of 1 Unity unit. But yeah, not even 1 Unity unit, but it's a quite a big gap, and we don't want that. So yeah, we have to figure it out. It just works as a magical phrase. Yeah. I wish I taught how I'd emote for these moments. Yeah, but I think this is a nice way to end it. I feel. I mean, the main functionality is there, right? You can. I mean, right now you can just go and grow a lot of vines.
So does the other one stop at the same height? Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're all stopping at the same height. This one goes further up. But yeah, we will figure out the details next time. Thule, do you want to say goodbye? Love a wave animation. All right. Are you still in Discord?
I'm still in Discord, yeah.
Okay. Then I will put us back on. Do you want to show your face?
Oh, yeah, sure. Let me see. Oh.
So people who don't know us know who the voice is.
Oh, wait. So that is just a rumble making voices.
Yeah. So yeah, this is no, there. This is Verena. And this is Kerstin. And yeah, I think for now we can be pleased with what we did today. We can have a nice Feierabend, and if you enjoyed seeing us code and seeing the progress and seeing games happen, we will stream every Tuesday and Wednesday from 4 p.m. CET. That's Central European Time. And yeah, would love for you to join us again. Also on Fridays, we have a real Feierabend stream where we play games. So if you like to join us there, feel free. You're always welcome. And yeah, if you like to play the demo, it's on Steam. One last time, I will put it put it in the chat for you to check out. And yeah, if you try it, join us on our Discord. I will put this in as well one last time. You know, so we can stay in contact. And yeah, Gannett AK says, thanks for sharing, women. Yeah, sure. Well, we are not sharing women. But I think I know what you mean. Yeah, so everybody have a great evening. Thank you so much for stopping by, and also thank you again for the raid,
Yes.
White Panther. And
I was overwhelmed. And
yes, very much. So yeah, have a great time, and maybe see you around next time.
yes.
Bye bye.
Bye.